Hello, everybody here. This is Maru. I am with Harubruh,
Guys.
and we would have had Ruby, aka Christopher, but he didn't get off work till like midnight.
Rough luck.
So I told him to relax. I'll do a start with him sometime later on this week when I'm off next. Uh, this is for AnimeFest, where we're gonna discuss and review. It was mostly good. I have to say, it was mostly good.
Very enjoyable.
I think the only bad part of Anime Fest, and that was just from someone else, that there wasn't enough voice actors for them to go to.
Yeah, there was a lack of some interesting guests. I did get to see Studio Chizu's panel, the studio behind Boy and the Beast and Mirai, and interesting panel. But as far as voice actors, yeah, there was a little bit of a lack there. And also my experience with LineCon on Friday morning.
Yeah, but that was only because for LineCon for you was only because you didn't know that they changed their offices from a quick drive to a long drive.
Yeah, they moved their office from Richardson over to Louisville, which doubled the drive for me.
In which case, it just wasn't worth it. But I think for next time, just do a mail-in regardless.
Yep, definitely.
So instead of wasting like a few hours, you waste like 10 seconds.
Yeah, and just was it even extra to get it mailed this year? No.
No, it wasn't extra at all. Actually, it wasn't even extra last year though for me either.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's definitely the way to go next year.
I mean, it was like free mail, so I mean, it was worth it. I think Anime Frontier was the only one that charged for mailing.
That sounds about right. And usually it's like $5 maybe.
That and the processing fee between mine and Sam's badges came up to 105.
Not bad at all.
So technically, that's why I estimate about 52.53 for you.
All right, well, yeah, I need to get on that before the price goes up again.
Yeah, I know, because right now 45 before the fees, that's still cheap.
Super cheap. That's cheaper than I got my pass for AFest this year, and then. Well, I cheaped out on Acon, only getting the one-day pass, and I don't regret that one bit.
No, I've heard nothing but not good things. Nothing but bad things. There was no good things about that convention this year.
Oh man, it was not good.
No, but
I didn't even spend more than 3 hours there before I had to beat a nasty thunderstorm home.
yeah, I remember you mentioned that. But back to Anime Frontier before we go back to Anime Fest is that it was nice that they replied to me.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Because when I did the badges, it didn't give me a badge name option because I did it me and Sam together from mail-in. So I'm going, okay, maybe I'll get it later down the road. So I figure I'll ask them. Same with the hotel bit because they hadn't updated their site on it yet.
They're still working on that.
They're still working on it. They said they'll definitely announce it when they get everything settled for it.
That's good. I'm excited for it.
I mean, I already got a room anyway, just in case. It's not obviously the cheap version of the room yet, but as soon as that comes out, I will change rooms.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we had a room for the convention, so we wouldn't have to go through it.
Just to have that insurance there.
Yeah, that little safety net. It's like, yep, we're there, but fuck you all. But for Anime Fest, I mean, even the dealer's room line was severely easy to get into. Even when it was a long line, I spent maybe 5 minutes.
One of my favorite things about the line management is that instead of having people stand at the doors with those pass readers, they just had them hooked up to those TVs, and it was just automated and super quick.
Yeah, not to mention, we'll get to those actually with what happened. I think on this was the first or second night.
I believe it was first night.
No, it was you, me, and Chris. No, it was on Saturday because Friday he had.
It was Tony. Then
yeah, it was Saturday.
it was Saturday that we
saw Mirai and
yeah. Because every time they read the passes, there was just like an ahoy matey or I matey.
Yeah, it sounds like "aye matey," but it was supposed to be "ahoy matey."
Yeah, and just people just kept on like coming in at the perfect time, like between scene transitions with that I matey.
It was perfect. I like the second time that happened, and like that,
I matey.
everyone laughed in in that room.
That was great.
It was amazing.
It happened again.
You said it happened after I left.
Had to go when you had to go meet.
Sam.
Yeah, when you had to go meet Sam. What was that? Monday.
It was yeah. No, it was Sunday.
Okay.
It was Sunday because this was right after Christopher left. Actually, because they were at the wrong hotel trying to surprise me.
That was such a classic. What will be the term for that? But man,
that was classic Sam failing. Here's the best part. I went to Pack-A-Sack this morning, get myself a breakfast burrito, a bag of chips. I already had a beer. And the guy who I always talk to that likes anime as well, that works there, he was the one who was with both of them when they were gassing up, saying they were going to surprise me. Because we were loud talking there this morning. I was like, no, they failed. I saw the Sheraton logo, but they were at Fort Worth. We were in Dallas.
It was obviously the Sheraton Fort Worth that they took the picture in front of.
Yeah. But apparently, even though this was Delia's actually first time even near a convention. This was her first time, and she actually enjoyed it. I'm glad that Christopher gave me his badge so we could do this.
Yeah, that was a clutch move there.
Because it was $50 for a 1-day pass.
Oh, good lord. That's what I paid for my 4-day.
Yeah, that's why I'm going like, no. For both of you just to go into the dealer's room while I was with you watching anime, before we decide on food eventually, is that I said, no. You can take my pass, and Christopher gave me his, so both of you can go into the dealer's room and shop for yourselves.
There you go.
And
yeah,
on top of that, she ended up giving Sam more money for spending, and that's when she got those plushies.
Doing $50 for what? Saturday one day or Sunday one day?
One day.
Jesus.
That was when actually the snacks were actually going on sale, so I'm glad they took advantage of that.
And I would have gotten my 4-day even cheaper, but I didn't sign up for AFest until to their booth at ACON this year, and that ended up being the most money I spent at ACON was for my AFest pass.
I think I actually spent the same amount as you, but I did mine online because I didn't leave the house.
I was gonna do mine online, but the booth was right there, and they were cutting a special for ACON, so why not?
Oh yeah, trust me. I will probably easily go to AFest again this coming year.
Yeah, definitely.
But Frontier is the priority.
Frontier is the very high expectations, but I'm also scared of setting high expectations for it.
Set expectations that I would have, like set normal. Set first year ACON expectations than veteran expectations.
Yeah.
That's the best way I could think about it. Because I know Marcel's going to over expect everything, knowing him.
Yeah, but he's familiar with the people that, with the con that, the people that are running Frontier are from, right?
Yeah, he's slightly, because he went to Anime NYC.
That's who's organizing this.
Yeah.
The people from NYC.
And that's why as soon as we mentioned that to him is when he's like, "Oh, I'm going."
Yeah, well, that in the clutch, Fort Worth Convention Center location.
Yeah, I know. I when they commented, I was like, "I'm so glad you chose that location because it's just so easy to move around in."
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Yeah, we like the location too," is what they told me.
Yeah, well organized, then a pedestrian-friendly city with lots of food and drink options surrounding the convention center. It was just a perfect all-around location.
I know, like the ones who kept saying that there were no food locations, they just wanted like an area to party more than anything else.
Yeah,
And
or they wanted McDonald's.
And they didn't want to walk.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, we walked to a fucking brewery last year.
Yeah, we walked three or four blocks for food, and then 3 or 4 blocks the other way.
And it's like we weren't really even tired. It was just like a normal walk for us.
Yeah, because it wasn't August hot like
AnimeFest was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 107 today.
Oh, good lord. We had a slight little cool down yesterday because some storms blew through. When I told you I was in Fort Worth yesterday, it was storming overhead.
Yeah, we actually got some of the rain the other day.
Yeah, that was nice. Badly needed.
Like it stormed like at 2 in the morning.
Oh man, that's the best.
And it stopped right when I had to walk to work.
Yeah. The only problem with the rain yesterday was I parked in Fort Worth. The parking lot that I parked in was dirt.
Oh.
And then it was mud when I walked back out. So yeah, that was the experience.
Like tomorrow, it's supposed to be 107, and then for some reason it drops to 89 degrees on Tuesday.
That sounds lovely.
And then you had the fires that are still raging all close to me.
Oh yeah, all the wildfires out there.
Yeah, we had the fire departments all over just visiting and taking all of our all of our food. We had to actually set up extra from the deli just so we have enough for everyone else.
Oh man.
Well, I have to deal with it. I just stock meat.
Here you go.
Shit, though. The vendors, I actually like the vendors. Obviously, we always avoid Anime Pavilion for obvious reasons.
Yeah, they've got issues.
Severe douchebag issues, yes.
There was fewer dealers, basically, fewer vendors there than there were in years past, but the trade-off on that was that there was plenty of room in the aisles, and you were never, even on like Saturday, the busiest day, like at the peak.
Yeah.
You weren't bumping shoulders with anybody there, which is different for a con, and especially different for A-Con, from A-Con this year, because they put the dealer room for A-Con in the smaller of the two main buildings.
I remember that, and it was like you barely had any space to walk.
There would have been, there would have been barely any space to walk on like a down day, like had it been open on a Monday, but or late Sunday. But man, it was miserable.
Now, for me, in terms of like the vendors and the artist alley, especially the artist alley, the quality was extremely high, and there may not been as much, but there was a good quality.
Fest always tends to bring like some top-notch artists and some pretty quality vendors at that too. With the one exception being Anime Pavilion.
Yeah, obviously. That one that for some reason when I sent you all that stuff, yeah, obviously he never quit. He's still going.
Jesus.
Just another guilt tripper, pretty much. So,
not having to set aside money for Anime Pavilion saves me money in the long run, so I'm not blowing $400 on home video releases.
True. And
which
for me,
largely to shopping just direct from the licensors such as Sentai and Crunchy and whatnot.
Yeah, I usually just shop directly from there if possible. Like the figures I got this year, 2 of them I would have if they didn't sell out, and Amazon had the reviews they had involved broken figures and being bootleg.
Yeah, that was rough. Rare moments where you end up getting the better deal from the convention, because frequently with conventions you're paying a little bit of the tofu tax, $bucks extra just to it home with you instead of having to wait on shipping.
True. And
sometimes it's worth it, and then there are times where I'm not willing to pay that extra 15 or 20, sometimes even $30.
true. Let me see. I don't think I actually
Because
looked up this character.
it's both the Megumin figure and the Xenon figure that I have. I've seen for like way above what I purchased them at from Onicon in 17, and then the Xenon figure was from Anime Pop last year.
Yeah, I remember. What's nice also is that if you had cash, you weren't having to pay tax on some of the stuff that were using the
Yeah,
machines.
that's large. That's another reason why I've largely switched to just taking a set amount of cash for every con.
That's why for me, I set aside my food fund and my spending fund.
Yeah, smart.
Of course, since we'll be at the Fort Worth Convention Center, most likely it'll just be cash. I'll probably do the hotel room with the card and then just get like the room share from everyone else as they get there.
And that'll just turn into your beer money.
Beer, food, and just spending. Honestly, all the figures I'm really looking for the moment, I have pre-ordered already.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Naofumi and Raphtalia Nendos pre-ordered. And I have the Jalter, like the Jeanne d'Arc Alter Shinjuku version, also pre-ordered from Ami.
I'm about to put some money out for the Kino figure I couldn't find.
Yeah, I remember. Because I actually kept trying to find it for you as well, and I would have brought your straight to it.
And we canvassed every freaking square inch of that place. But it's kind of what I expected. It's hard enough. It's hard enough just to find small merchandise like keychains for Kino, which is what at A-Kon last year ended up being arm for my convention pass.
Yeah. I'm also stuck because there's two statues that are being put out. You have a Raphtalia statue, and then you have the High Elf Archer statue from Goblin Slayer.
Yeah.
But the release dates on both of them kind of... It's actually easier for me to get the High Elf Archer because it comes out in March.
Yeah.
I already have a figure pre-ordered for January, and that's the Jalter figure. I'm going...
That's a little over 6 months away.
Yeah, but I'll have money set aside. The bonus I get next paycheck pretty much is just settling my entire con fund. Because let's say I already estimated that with the way the hotel is, with the four of us sharing it, it'll probably be cheaper once the room rates come out.
Mm-hmm.
Is that at least I estimate for the more expensive version, just in case.
Always good.
Which is
Always good.
estimated at 191.
And
then obviously that's gonna be cheaper when the room rates come out, at least for a different, maybe even a different hotel. It'll probably be significantly less. Then the parking's only going to concern me and Sam. Well, no, and Christopher. But he can deal with that.
yeah. I'm probably gonna end up. I gotta factor in the probable prices for that. I'm probably just gonna end up Ubering over there and back.
I was gonna say you could also just have your mom drop you off like you did at A-Kon last year.
Yeah, and then the car situation was a little bit. I had to have Richie take her home.
Yeah.
When she dropped the truck off.
Yeah.
But yeah, just for the sake of simplifying stuff on my end.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I didn't have a complicated situation with a car for A-Fest. Had it all to myself this weekend, or last weekend anyway.
Except for that one day where she needed it, but...
Yeah, but we ended up just sticking around the Sheraton anyway. Was that the day that we were doing the Pokemon Go raids?
Yes, actually it was. It was that Saturday.
So yeah, we didn't need a car anyway.
No, I mean, I still have to trade Sam that Suicunes because I actually have enough Stardust to actually give it to her.
Does she not have one yet?
No, because he wasn't at the raids with us for that. And we couldn't even get a Rayquaza raid going because no one was around at that time.
Yeah, there was nobody at the Rayquaza ones, which was kind of a disappointment.
Yeah, I would have loved to be able to do that one for her, but it was nice how everyone was out and about for the Suicune legendary raids.
Yeah, we had that one raid where it was like, what, 20 people?
Yeah, it's like we joined in right when it was 9 and it just sped up, but Christopher had that issue that I had, not that the day after, because for a 3-star raid, was in the same exact spot, but I literally had to go all the way out just to get to it because it was moving my GPS was moving me around everywhere.
I haven't had that issue personally, but it's always a close friend that has some sort of a highway.
I mean, I think the only thing I probably wouldn't do, and we only did this just because there was really nothing available at the time, unless we wanted to actually go out. And that was actually the night that you didn't have a vehicle, and that was when we had to eat at the bar and lounge. But thankfully, though, we just ate the special for you and me for the $10 cheeseburger.
That was a damn pricey place aside from the burger special.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm glad we got that. But at the same time, I feel like I could have probably cooked a better burger.
Yeah, for sure.
And I could have made better fries.
Man, the fries were the best part of it. Yeah,
but I can make better.
Same here.
But for the hotel, though, I think I told you this. Where remember how I told you when we checked in, I paid for half, and I told them at checkout I would pay the other half with the valet parking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on the last day, like they tried calling once with one, like the phone rang once and then they hung up. Didn't leave a message, and then in the morning there was an envelope saying how the keys had been deactivated and that I had to go to the front desk immediately for paying the rest of the hotel.
Oh yeah.
And the rest of the hotel was actually from Michael's share, but thankfully the guy who checked me in was the same guy that was there, and he didn't know that I meant the very last day. I was like, if I had known, it just like if you meant like the next day or so, we would have taken care of it then.
Oh yeah.
So that was a misunderstanding on both of us, but he gave us in return for the breakfast buffet a free pass for both of us to eat for free.
There you go.
And I ended up talking with somebody, two different people actually, that were actually huge anime fans. One of them was the chef, and one of them was our waiter that would refill like the orange juice and the coffee for us.
That's awesome.
And that was like the start of my day. Really, it made up for like the misunderstanding, which I knew would easily be cleared up. I'll remember it for next time.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to keep in mind, but it's also good on their part they're working out as stress free as possible. Anyway.
True. It's like it was an easily workable situation. Cause I told him like I've been going here for the last 3 AFests.
And then you were at then you've been to. I know we met up at the one in 2012, so you've been there.
So I've been going even before that for ACON there, but for AFest it was for 3 years. The last 2 years, and I skipped 1 year that I went the previous year. Or I may have been to every AFest minus one. There's one AFest that I went to, the alarms went off.
It's not a real convention unless the fire alarms go off.
But the last 3 that I've been to, the alarms have not gone off. And this year, no one was stupid enough to actually take the light bulbs out of the elevator.
That has always been a major annoyance.
But what was nice is that they put me in a tower where there was no line to get to my room compared to the central towers.
Oh yeah, those central towers. Online was always, even at night, it was long.
Yeah, I'm so glad that every year I've been at AFest, they've always put me even at ACON actually. I've always been in the North Towers. I've never been in the Central.
Yeah, that's great.
But this is the
Yeah,
first year I was actually put on the 6th floor in a single digit room and not all the way to the 30th something floor.
yeah, like Sam,
That,
15.
yeah, they're on the 15th, which I had to show the way for them to do it to avoid waiting in a line. Like, use
Yeah,
our elevator, go to the 14th floor, go around, then hit up, and then you're good for a floor.
yeah, that a little bit of fun there. Um, and like the overall experience in this, everything was nice and convenient, with the exception of those freaking escalators.
Yeah, and not to mention the issue with an escalator caused someone to actually need to go to the hospital.
Yeah, I heard about that. Something apparently that happened with somebody hitting the emergency stomp. So
Yeah, I think I was actually the one who told you about it once Christopher told me about it.
yeah, like if they can't hit the fire alarm, then they're just gonna hit the fucking emergency stop on the escalators.
And it's like, why do people have to be dicks like that?
It's, I don't know what it is about anime cons that just brings out the gremlins.
It's like, if you can't, honestly, this is for anyone. Anyone who watches this. If you're at a convention, the only thing you're thinking about is partying, getting laid, and causing destruction, leave. You are not an anime fan in any way, shape, or form. You're doing nothing but causing problems to everyone. And the reason why certain conventions have been pulled from other locations is because of you.
It's because of all the vandalism.
Which a lot of the staff is also responsible in terms of ACON.
Yeah, yeah, that was a bad one. That was a bad look. Uh,
I'm just glad one of the ones that was in charge of organizing, especially the staffers, I'm so glad that he no longer deals with ACON.
uh,
I'll leave names out of this. I'm not going to point names. That's not going to do me any favors down the road.
yeah,
But
but
A-Fest overall, like, the anime showings were way above, honestly, compared to last year for the most part.
above last year. And honestly, my favorites because they had a huge amount of anime showings by Kyoto Animation, which is my favorite studio. They had like Hyoka, they had Violet Evergarden,
I enjoyed that. At least when I got to
Beyond
watch
the
it before I
Boundary.
left.
One of the movies that they showed. Well, no, I think it was at the same time that they were showing Mirai, and I'd already seen it, but compared to Mirai, but A Silent Voice,
Yeah, it was Silent Voice.
and so it was nice to see Kyoto Animation get that love there because I had not seen really ever see them get showings at anime convention video rooms for whatever reason. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I guess one of the reasons why they did that this year, I'm guessing, is because of what happened at the studio.
Yeah, the arson attack in July.
Yeah, which is still it's fucking tragic.
Yeah, yeah, it hurt because I actually visited that place back in September, and I plan on visiting again in March. So,
Which, well, now you have to make some adjustments to that.
yeah, yeah, I've been on it for damn sure. But the only thing that was weird about it was, yeah, there was a lot of Kyoto Animation showings, but they're usual amount. Like there was as many Kyoto showings at A-Fest this year than in my memory, like anime convention I had attended prior to this combined.
I could probably see that, and like I said, I'm pretty sure one of the main reasons is for what I've said.
Yeah.
The other was probably maybe being done to the panel that was also shown that we went to for partially.
It's just to my knowledge, there was never anything explicitly said about it, but they were just there, and I took advantage of it.
which I was enjoying it. But again, I had to leave for that.
You were Mr. Busy the whole weekend.
Yeah, I was literally all over the place. But at the same time, like, I met up with a lot of friends. Some I didn't expect to see, but everyone who I saw the first day are the same ones I would run into the entire fucking con.
Yeah.
And some of the ones I was looking forward to, like, just meeting that I know from Discord, I couldn't find them.
That is the thing about a place the size of a fest, including the Sheraton, and including the Plaza of the Americas, is that there's a there that you can potentially cross paths and not even realize it.
True. I just know what they're cosplaying as. That's why I was looking forward for that, and, well... Not to mention the picture I got with the 4 heroes, which I thought was just 2 of them.
I at first only saw the Naofumi and the
Motoyasu. And then you had like a gender bent of
the male reptile just popped out of the woodworks there.
Yeah, and then you have the one from Fire Force that was also with them.
Yeah, Shinra.
Yeah, that was just an awesome picture.
That was great. It ended up working out a lot better than anticipated, huh?
I mean, yeah, just like overall the convention was it was smooth. I had fun. No, I wasn't stressed.
Yeah, it was.
I think the only thing that bothered me, like, there was seriously just one part of that dealer's room. Just one part. It smelled like fucking death. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah. Was it that spot that was, like, right in the middle?
Yes.
Yeah, that was weird.
Like,
I don't know what the deal that was.
It smelled like rotten beef liver.
Yeah, that was...
And it's the same smell I smell at the park in a certain spot as well. I'm going, how? Why?
That was unusual.
It was just, I just bypassed it, just moved on. Now, there was one day I was trying to shop, but everyone's literally just blocking one entire aisle talking with their friends instead of moving and talking like we do.
Yeah.
And it's just like, move!
Which that is a thing about anime cons, that you occasionally get that it brings out a lot of
idiots.
Say dense folks that aren't really aware of their surroundings as much when they're in a group.
I mean, I'm aware of whether I'm in a group or not. And my cat is running around everywhere.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about anime cons, man. Lots of airheads, lots of dense folks there.
And then, shockingly, I ran into both Jen and David, who were literally not that far behind me in line with her daughter, this was her first convention, too.
That's cool.
Which, she and her daughter are from Canada, and they had issues with customs trying to get in.
Oh yeah, I've had issues with customs in Canada myself. On my way to when I was going through there on my way to Japan, and when I was going through there on my way back.
Wow.
Yeah, they nearly kept me off my flight to Japan. Oh, I don't know what the deal was, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it with where they are. I understand, like, some stuff for security, but some people are just dicks that take advantage of their position.
Yeah, that's how it basically was the first time. It was like, this guy had, like, pulled me off to the side. Like, he looked and pissed off already from the get-go, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun. Yeah. I'm getting interrogated for like 5 minutes there, like having to explain my life story through short answers.
Hopefully, you'll run into that in March.
Well, so I will be having a layover next March, but it'll be at LAX rather than Vancouver.
Oh, that's better then. Somewhat. LAX, I've heard, is like still a nightmare.
Yeah, for sure. But and aside from customs, like Vancouver's a super nice airport, especially the international. But yeah, I don't customs folks. Oh,
Yeah, I can easily see that.
yeah.
I actually got some nice loot though this year.
I'm happy with what I got, which is basically becoming my con standard now. Is
In art
is a handful of art books.
Because I think the last time I got a figure, it was at an Acon, but I got like maybe 2 figures at most that were pretty cheap, but otherwise I didn't really actually. I don't usually buy figures. Most of mine come from either a pre-order, a subscription box, like most of mine have been slowly accumulating that way, or just, maybe I see something cool at a convention that's literally just impossible to find, or it's been bootlegged everywhere. Which, thankfully, I'm glad I got those. I got that nice little Merlin keychain, which is still on my badge somewhere. But I think I chose the right thing with that wallet that zipped up. Otherwise, I'd probably be losing all my money every time I got it out.
Dumping it out, yeah.
I think it's pretty much going to be my con wallet. Unless I get another better one.
That's easily doable.
Because I'm supposed to get one that's actually still in Tokyo. That I paid for at the end of last month. It's stayed in Tokyo for about 3 weeks, but they said there's always delays if there's a lot of packages, so I can already understand that.
Yeah. I had a art book shipped over from Japan last year that sat at a early freight area in Narita Airport for 2 weeks before.
Yeah, because actually from my 'cause I have the link still up. It was at Posting Collection Tokyo on August 8th. Then on the 21st, about 4 days ago, then it dispatched from the Atward Office of Exchange.
Yeah. Yeah, and then frequently with the stuff that I've had shipped over there, like sometimes say received at the airport, and then I'll hear nothing back for like 2-3 weeks, maybe even a month, and then all of a sudden it's like, your package has arrived at LAX, or at one of the ones that shipped from Osaka. They shipped it from Osaka to New York before it made it here. Yeah,
I've had that actually with actually when I got to like well, this is not something that I ordered from outside, but when I ordered the stuff from Tug, who's in Tennessee, is that it went from Tennessee to Arizona.
Oh my god.
Then to California, and then to Texas.
Oh my god.
And that's why I'm like, why the fuck does USPS hate me so fucking much?
Why did they design it like this? You said this was a good idea. Yeah, but I mixed bag ordering online. So sometimes it's helpful to just pick it up at the con when you can.
Yeah, that's why there's certain ones I did like those. Like I was hesitating at first. I'm going, I'll look at other vendors because the first ones I went to were literally 80 plus a pop.
Yeah.
So I went to a different one. Now I could all the Millims were all the same price, if not higher, at the other ones I went to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well, okay, I'm not gonna have a choice but to get it here, or I could get it and hopefully it's not a bootlegged figure because they've had horrible reviews on Amazon. So I'm like, I'll just take my chances here.
And it ended up working out.
It did. I mean, that was actually the most expensive thing I bought. The second most was probably that reincarnated as a slime vinyl art.
Oh yeah, that you got from the artist alley.
Yeah, and I got the albedo small print for free out of it.
There you go. So it kind of paid back for itself there.
Yeah. Like the only thing I couldn't find was my Ragnarok keychain. I'm like, where the fuck is? I'm like, I couldn't find it where I had packed everything up. It had snuck into my wig bag.
What did it?
When I was taking some stuff out of there, that's when it popped out.
Oh, because I'd say we've all had something here at a con before.
Oh, I could tell you a story. I can't tell if this was at an ACON or an AnimeFest. I don't remember. But Michael had bought snacks. Now he put it into a plastic bag.
Mm.
Now I told him before we left, "Do you have everything?" He said yes. He had put his trash bag of he thought it was trash that was full of snacks in he threw it away because when we got to the house, when I had gotten everything, he literally came to the house and started scrummaging through my stuff, thinking I had all of his stuff. I'm going, Michael, I put all my stuff in my bag. I asked you before we left if you had everything. You said yes.
Oh man.
Because here's the thing, I am paranoid about my stuff, so I always make sure I'm packed and I double check everything before.
And
that's why he made a habit of saying to check underneath everything, because that's how he lost everything the last time. That's why that previous night, that very last night when we got back after we had drank and ate at the Flying Saucer, is when I had packed everything else up. I looked at everything ahead of time, because I already knew, because I was already keeping track of all my stuff ahead of time. I was already placing stuff in bags. And I separated all the trash to begin with, because I was the one who started the trash bag in the room, trying to clean everything up.
And make everything easy and quick to get out of there when the time comes.
Exactly.
I do the exact same thing whenever I take trips.
And that's actually one of my golden rules when whoever rooms with me is just keep everything clean.
Exactly.
It's like, they already have to deal with assholes as it is at these cons. They don't need it worse.
Right.
That's why we always ask for like a trash bag ahead of time. Which I'll probably do when we go to Frontier, whichever hotel we will be fully in. I will be asking for a big trash bag for trash, because I know we will probably end up needing it. This way, it's like I'll tell them, it's like I'd rather make it easier for your staff at the end of our stay, to where they just got to pick that up only. Have everything that's between the bathroom and the rest of the room.
Yeah. Your room's gonna be the breeze out of the whole tower.
Pretty much. That's what I try to do.
Yeah. Because, man, I bet there are some rooms there that would probably give Chernobyl a run for its money.
The ones who just do not care.
the folks a few doors down that were smoking some really dank weed.
Yeah. That shit happened at ACON actually last year with us too.
Yeah, it did. I remember that.
Because they were in the stairwell smoking it.
Oh, yeah. A box, a staircase. Or stairwell.
Yeah. But I know this, anything that happened in that room, they got charged.
Oh, yeah, they'd better.
You know, that's why they, if you're paying with a card, or even the card that you have with your reservation, they will use that, and you will get charged.
Yeah, and I have seen. It's not worth it. But yeah.
That's why it's the reason why I don't know why Marcel doesn't want to room with us. I feel like I mean, I don't know how many times that I offered me and Sam have offered our bid.
Mm.
It was just our other companion that didn't want to in that regard, which I understand. Every time that they've roomed with us, they always slept on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always offered ours. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I'll pass out anywhere. And
It takes me a minute, but yeah, it took me too.
that's why we bought.
And I made it a lot better to sleeping on strange surfaces after
Japan.
tatami mats and straight up floors in Japan.
And that's why I bring sleeping bags. I'll have 2 packed up in the vehicle when we leave that day. I'm hoping we'll have some saved up for maybe even a trip down there for a few days. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Because I know you're off on weekends, so... The hardest part is just waiting for you to usually just get off work on Fridays and then...
Yeah. Fortunately, I have a job that lets me do that.
True. I mean, I definitely don't.
It lets me get off early like I did for AnimeFest, but both the last 2 years.
True. At least in, like, this year's case, like I said, your mom met me for the first time, so she knows me by this point how I am.
Yeah. That was a pleasant surprise for her.
To have someone as organized as I was and blunt. Hey, at least that's a good thing. At least she knows that that she can trust me.
Yeah. And it always works out like that when she can put a face to a name instead of
Just
that I've told her about you and just you can finally put a face to a name.
Yeah. My cat is so desperate to get into my lap right now.
Let them in.
Like, she's pawing at my lap.
Please.
It'll still be a bit.
Mm-hmm.
We've actually been recording for about 48 minutes.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Well, I mean, everyone who was watching any previous, like, thing I've done, we derail everything. It's normal.
Yeah.
Like,
this is how podcasts I tend to help out with tend to go, as we tend to spend like 10 minutes on the subject and then 30 minutes rambling.
Well, that's actually how all mine go. So, I mean, that's fine.
And there we go. There's the podcast.
Pretty much. I mean, though, I'm not really organized in terms of that, so I feel like it's not really as organic or real if all you have is a script to go by.
Exactly.
And I prefer, like, that's why I don't really edit my videos very much. I maybe cut a bit of the beginning and bit of the end, and that's really about it. It's not real if all you do is keep cutting things out. It's like, maybe someone wants to see everything.
Yeah. Maybe somebody wants to see all the
True. Ah, man. It was still good. Like, the Ahoy May, though, I'm sorry, that was just, like the timing was on point that entire con.
Yeah.
When, Sam and her mom were on the elevator, I went to the lobby, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, I was on the second floor going to the lobby. I sat in the elevator waiting. As soon as it opened up, they were ready to get into the elevator. It's like, okay, I could not have timed that any better. Because they said they were going to the room, so I'm like, okay, I'll just meet them up there. And then everything happened like that. They brought the whiskey, which I didn't drink until we got home. It tastes like the Glenlivet 12 year that I have, and it's a bit nutty, sweet.
Sakura one?
Yeah, it's a bit nutty, sweet. It goes down smooth. It goes down smooth just like the Lagavulin did. It's not peaty. Although I might get that one for Frontier. I might get the peaty one when I next time I love it. Might do that.
You were telling me that the Sakura had a really strong alcohol burn initial.
It did initially, but it was kind of similar to me with the Lagavulin because I wasn't expecting that burn.
Yeah, had Lagavulin, man. That's the good stuff.
Yeah, I know that ale though. I'm so glad you saved that.
Yeah, I was glad I asked when I did and got the last bottle because literally a guy came in 5 minutes after I placed put that one uh asking for there was a guy that came in 5 minutes later and tried to order.
It's like nope.
Bought one, and they were like, nope, he just bought the last one. He's putting it on hold for a friend.
And hey, you got a free beer out of though when we got there to drink it.
Yeah. Joe always takes good care of me at the saucer.
And then obviously after seeing me with you, they know it. There's really no point in really carding me because like, okay, if he's here with Marshall, who's here almost every night, he's going to be of age. Like, I have my ID out ready regardless.
Yeah, well, I'm there like usually like 4 days out of the week, so
yeah. But I mean, that pizza was that pizza was fucking fantastic.
Alder does. Well, all their food's fantastic. They don't make bad food there.
No, they don't. I've noticed that. It's like everything was just perfect.
There's raw.
The tots were amazing. The nachos were amazing.
All their appetizers are those rocket tots.
Oh, they were so good. Even by themselves, they were so good.
Yeah, and then you get the egg and the
bacon, the cheese, the green onions.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I thought everything was just like, for the most part, like just baked into the top, which I could believe. I've seen stuff like that eating at restaurants.
Yeah, there's a handful of places that do something similar to that. Yeah.
So I didn't think anything of it until Joe mentioned it. I'm going, oh, okay. But I mean, like, all the beer was good. It's just I had so many options to choose from. I didn't know what to choose.
Yeah. Well, when you go there enough, like I do. Like, yeah,
I am sad that Sam couldn't get to try that Earl Grey one.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? You know the fun thing? They got another shipment of that in on a Friday.
Oh. Oh well. I'm sure I might be able to see that in Lubbock. They did sell stuff like that there.
Blue Owl's from Austin, so yeah, they distribute all over. They distribute all over the state.
Yeah, it's just small towns like mine. There's no way.
But maybe a World Market and
no World Market there was actually disappointing in Lubbock compared to Amarillo.
Yeah.
The liquor store was where everything was at. They bought.
Liquor stores have started to especially the ones around here have started to carry not just craft beer but good craft beer.
I know. We sell the Pack-A-Sack is the closest I can get to some of this stuff is because they do carry a sour ale there, but being a convenience store given the price, it's usually ever so often I get it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I usually check in with my local liquor store every so often. Usually he'll get something new in and he'll let me know about it. I mean, he knows me. When I step in there, like, they all know me and Sam, so we never get carded when we buy anything. It's kind of like how you at the Flying Saucer.
Yeah, and basically all the breweries around town too.
And they know that we have an account with them for the 5% discount, which was free to sign up for. So all you gotta do is look up her last name and we're set.
It's convenient.
Oh yeah, it's like he owns the. I know he has. There's only has 2 locations. One in Escalene, which is where everyone used to buy their beer when Childress was a dry county, back when I first moved there.
Oh man.
And then the Childress became a wet county not too long after that. He had opened up shop in the little spaces in that plaza next to United. And everyone buys there. Everyone in town buys there. He makes great business.
No, that's good to know.
I mean, he also, like, let's say I wanted another bottle of Lagavulin once I finish off. Actually, I still have a small bit left in my bottle. If I finish it, like, he sells it. I'd rather support the local liquor store than going out of town if I can help it.
There you go. I support that 100%.
I mean, a long time ago, I couldn't afford shit. I can tell you right now, throughout from November until probably May, I'll be paying out in payments for a Now For Me cosplay from a friend of mine. She was the same one who did my mage cloak and pants.
Okay. Neat.
I told her I wanted to ask her. Like, my gut feeling told me everywhere I was looking was just overpriced and just it wasn't going to fit me, regardless if I put custom size in or not.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked her, I was like, I want to ask you, this is going to be a big project, and you already know I'm going to pay you, but I'm going to have to do it in payments. And you already know I'm good for it, because everything that I've bought from you, you know I've already paid you up front to begin with. It's just I know this is going to be an expensive project. And she said, because I already estimated about $800 between the labor and the cost of the materials. And I already knew that because I'm going to pay for quality that's because she has my measurements already. So it's just a matter of just getting the materials and getting started. But she's booked on projects until the end of October.
Man.
And she says that it meant so much for me to go to her, than just outsource to somewhere cheap that wasn't going to work. And I told her, like, in the past, I had to go for cheap because I couldn't afford it where I worked. But now I can actually afford to commission from friends and actually help them out and get a quality product. That's what I went for. I feel like that should be what everyone does, not just expect free handouts, because how is that going to help? I mean, everyone's spending hours and hours of time and money out of their own pocket, and it's like, what are they getting out of it?
Yeah, no.
But I do plan on getting another bottle of different Japanese whiskey for all of us to have in the room.
Some to get a good toast in.
Yeah, I will be buying some glasses to bring along with us.
Alright. I have plenty at home too.
Oh, you can bring them then. It's closer for you than me. I've only got two. The one that I got from the Yakuza game that came out, I bought for Ray as a gift. But I told him, if I buy this for you, I'm keeping one of the whiskey glasses for myself. Because it's a really nice and sturdy glass with a dragon print on it.
That sounds cool.
And it's actually the right thickness in the bottom for a whiskey glass.
You're talking about proper whiskey glasses. I was thinking shot glasses there for a sec.
No, I was not like whiskey glasses.
I don't think I have an actual proper old fashioned glass.
Nah, I'll worry about buying them when I go to the liquor store and stuff like that.
Alright.
I know I'll need just 4, because even if Christopher rooms with us, he doesn't drink. So it'll just be you, me, Sam, and Zach drinking.
There we go.
And Zach is the wild card, so I'm hoping he goes.
He's the wild card hell.
But he said he was going to go. Because I tagged him not too long ago. So I asked him, I was like, hey, you ever get your bags for Frontier? He's like, not yet. I'm still in Amarillo for 9 days. So he doesn't have access to his computer and all that. He said he will when he got back. So if that's the case, then again, we'll have 5 people. Beds will be rotated all around. No one's going to be guaranteed a bed for themselves. It's all going to be rotated out. That's only fair.
Yeah, I can dig that.
Because I told him that's like room. I told him like beds will be rotated. Everyone's ended up sleeping on the floor, but we have sleeping bags. So I mean, it's not like it's gonna be bad. Those sleeping bags are actually pretty damn comfortable. At least the one I have.
Yeah.
I mean, it can always split like a pillow or something if you need a pillow from the the 2 queen size beds that will be in the room. So I mean, that's an easy fix. And we know the room's gonna have a mini fridge, so if we buy anything, we know we can store it in the fridge.
Yeah, we just gotta make sure not to over purchase.
I don't think I'm going to. I usually don't try to buy snacks.
Yeah,
Until, like,
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either, but you don't know what the others will do, so we gotta be on top of that.
Well, Sam's gonna be with me, and the only snacks I really bought was stuff that I can't find. Like the mushroom snacks were worth it.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't find it. The mint and raspberry Kit Kats, those were fucking worth it.
Mm.
Then I got her Hokkaido melon Kit Kats. I don't know if she dug into them yet, though. But honestly, for something that you can't really get normally, and they're the same price online as they were at the convention.
Yeah. Yeah, the matcha ones that I bought melted.
Oh.
At first, they're still good though. They're just
at least
not
they're wrapped up. So
they're not Kit Kat shaped anymore. Is the problem?
nah, that's a little bit overrated. As long as they taste right.
Oh yeah, it tastes just like it did when I had it last year.
I feel like the whole Kit Kat shape is just overrated. As long as it's got the taste, who cares?
Yeah.
Because some of the ones I got, like when we were in Fort Worth, for the was it the H Mart that we went to?
Huh?
The Kit Kats that we bought there, some of them had actually melted. So.
Oh yeah, the H Mart in Carrollton.
Yeah, it had melted, but it kept shaping the wrapper just enough to where we put it in the fridge. It was fine.
Yeah, the ones that the matcha ones that I had this week. Kit Kat shaped. They had melted into Kit Kat ovals.
Damn.
But the flavor was there, so I don't care. Tasted like my good old Uji matcha.
I cannot wait though. If I find any of those Kit Kats, I will buy a bag for you.
All right. Do you let me know if you make any progress on that?
You know I will. I'll take a picture and send it to you immediately.
Fuck me.
You should know that. Because I told Sam I want to go to Lubbock to that liquor store. I was shocked to actually see the fact that my bonus is gonna be as high as it is.
Yeah.
We had hit the max on both parts that affect our bonus. Didn't know that we did that, so I looked up going, is this actually it? So I do the math, because I always get 40 hours. Sometimes I go, if I'm including throughout the year with my bonuses, I've long hit 40 hours all throughout the year. So I put that in, multiply it by what it says for the levels of associate I am. Then I multiply that by about 25%, because I have no points, so I get an extra 25% on my bonus.
Go.
So my bonus went up to about 690.
Crap.
Sam's, if her point fell off that she had, then hers would have been 420. Now, in that paycheck, I was going to take 400 to 500 out anyway for Frontier to start. So we already have 1,500 saved up come next paycheck for Frontier.
Oh, man.
Now, if I subtract, since I actually have my calculator up, let's see, 1,500 minus, I'm going to include what the room is right now, 191. I know the valet parking is going to be about, after everything, probably about 80 after tax.
Really? That much?
I'm making an estimate in case they raise the price.
Okay.
Subtract that, and then even then, let's see, it's still 1,200. 1,229.
Got a good margin there already.
Now let's subtract the. If the gas prices stay about the same, it only takes about $20 to fill her tank up entirely, 15 to 20. So I'll subtract 20, and still got 1,200, 600 to split between the both of us.
That's awesome.
And that's not including the room rates, which will increase that. If the parking is cheaper than that, it increases it. Plus, we're going to be saving more throughout the year, so we're all set.
That's going to be great.
Only thing I have to do is throughout the next several months, because we've been budgeting our food anyway. Like meal prep for work, so we're not spending so much every day.
Okay.
To where we can actually, I'll be able to do the payments for the cosplay for her. You get my 3 figures, because I may end up not getting the High Elf Archer statue. I may end up forgetting that one. Because it's about 100, after shipping it, probably be about 180.
Ow.
So I'll probably just go for the 2 Nendoroids and the Jalter figure. Because I know that the 2 Nendoroids at the end will be about 50 to 60 after the shipping. Since it is shipping from Japan.
Yeah.
Probably about 80 after the Jalter figure. So it's like, I already know what I'm getting. I'm probably going to be looking for like different art at the convention more than anything else. Mainly like vinyl or canvas art prints, if they have any. Those are more durable.
There's sure to be plenty of that there.
I'd rather get those than the other ones because I know they're more durable, and they aren't gonna just rip on me, especially if my cat tries to get a hold of everything.
That happened.
Man, still. This turned from a discussion for Fest for discussing Frontier, which I'm fine with because
a lot less A-Fest and a lot more excitement for Anime Frontier.
It only takes about 10 minutes to really describe AnimeFest. Now, I think the only thing that bothered me was that people still left all their fucking fries everywhere in the Sky Bridge.
Oh yeah, that was annoying.
Now, thankfully, I didn't have to see any sort of there weren't any bums or anything in the Sky Bridge this time, or stealing water from people on photo shoots outside like last year. And then another friend, he made the mistake of giving change to one, so he was starting being chased by several wanting money.
This.
It was hilarious to hear the story, though.
Night of the Living Homeless.
Be glad you weren't out there with me and Chris, because there was someone that was pretty much just almost full-on naked when we were doing the Pokemon raid.
Oh, good lord.
You might have been calling out, "Dar she blows."
Oh lord.
But it was a male, not a female.
I don't like imagining this.
No, it was just like a black killer whale.
Oh. Shit.
Oh, shit. The pizza was good. I actually have never eaten at that pizza place that we ate at this year.
Oh, the one at the plaza?
Yeah, I never ate there until this year.
Yeah, that was really good. That was probably my favorite food that I had in the entire plaza out of the 3 places that I went this year.
I'm thinking something was definitely in that soy sauce that affected you, because I had almost the same stuff you did on the sushi, and I didn't get affected.
Yeah. Yeah, my stomach was not too happy with me on Saturday.
What's nice is that we didn't make the mistake of walking in the heat to drink, because none of us were affected.
No heat exhaustion.
No. And no feeling sick, because I was feeling sick.
Because the closest we even got to that was trying to walk to the Rayquaza raid, and we stayed in the shade for that, though. Yeah. But it was still shit hot.
Yeah. Including the Suicune raids, too.
Yeah, but fortunately we were in the shade of one of the buildings for the timing on that one too.
What sucked is I really wish we could have gotten out the front fucking door instead of going all the way around to leave.
I don't know what the deal was. Like they all the doors go to the plaza, so like, why not
let us out? I don't know. It made no sense at all.
That's probably my only gripe with the plaza.
that was probably about really it. I really had nothing negative for the convention. I mean, at all.
No, not really, not at all.
I mean, even the staff weren't rude assholes.
Oh, yeah, the staff was great, and yeah, like even like my minor inconveniences, like LineCon, like sort out really quick. They like when there wasn't people doing on-site when there wasn't people in the line for on-site registration, they started to move some of the load from the line over there. So yeah, things got processed a lot quicker. Like after my first hour and a half in line, and then the only consistent and inconvenience at the whole of AFest was just the damn escalators, and that's it. That's it, honestly.
Yeah, it really was it. It was actually horrible for me because that one day I was wearing the kimono.
Oh yeah.
I was helping Christopher move his stuff to the vehicle because his roommate and all that wouldn't help him at all. In fact, his roommate's brother was still sleeping for the most part.
Love it.
So I was like, Christopher, I would have helped you out sooner if you had told me. You know I wouldn't have had any problem helping you if you really needed it.
Right.
And then it's like, yeah, I will remember that next time if I have to actually ask for help.
Just
but we had
brain fart.
But we had to go up the escalator that was broken.
Mm-hmm.
We had to go up that, and I was tripping over the kimono while I was holding at least 50 pounds worth of his shit in each hand.
Oh, good lord.
Like, I was like, I hate stairs. I hate stairs. I feel like fucking claptrap here. I hate stairs.
Yeah, that was another one of my experiences with Japan is I hate stairs. You want to travel to Japan? Be prepared for stairs. Oh.
Yeah. I know outside the country I'll be more ready than I will be inside.
Mm.
That's really about it. And it's like I don't really mind stairs as much as I hate carrying shit up and down stairs.
Yeah, well, with Japan, yeah, I was constantly walking around with at least 10 pounds of a not comfortable backpack, too. Yeah, lugging that around. And, yeah, that was, so, yeah, I'm gonna get a better backpack for my next trip.
I mean, you'll be more prepared for next time.
Yes, I will. I'm gonna be packing on a lighter and just doing my own laundry there instead of packing 9 days worth of clothes like an idiot.
Yeah, I would just pack like maybe 2 or 3 at most.
For 3, and then almost every place that you stay at over there lets you do your own laundry. So, yep.
Yeah,
That's gonna go.
that's what I would have suggested. But again, you'll know for next time.
Lessons learned.
I mean, you weren't gonna know until after you experienced it.
I didn't know what I had. I didn't know what I had in store, but I do now.
Well, you already know what to search for me.
I'll probably ask you again before I leave.
Oh, I'm sure.
All right.
I think we're good on the video, though.
About ready to call this one.
Yeah, I'm ready to call it. It's been about hour 14 minutes. I'm really not going to be editing anything because I'm not usually using my camera. I literally just have a picture of our Twitter pictures.
All right. Yeah, that works for me.
This way, it's just no editing. I can just start, put it up, done.
You go.
All right. Hopefully, you enjoyed our rambling. Well, it's mostly rambling, but it was more of a positive con for both of us.
Extremely good time.
Shit, you and me and Chris were pretty much were just hanging out the entire con. His roommate was jealous of me and him hanging out so much. But this is Zara. That's Haru. Take care.
You guys.